Hey everyone, I'm Nina Zadeh with Sidewalker Daily, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about Instagram story ideas. Now, I know posting on stories can sometimes be challenging, especially when you get into like a creator's block. It's like, what do I post today? Or how do I stay relevant? Or how do I keep posting? Well, as you can imagine, there are tons of different ways that you can keep your audience engaged, and stories is an amazing way to do so. The cool thing about stories is that you can either have pre-prepared content or it can be on the fly. It can be also a mix of both, which it should be. But this helps you get organized, and you can also batch content ahead of time to have those stories kind of like lined up when, there's days that you just don't know what to post or what you should do. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe if you're interested in all good things social media. We work with influencers and brands on social media strategy. So this is literally our specialty and our expertise and what we love doing. So for today, I'm going to just jump right in and give you some good Instagram idea stories to use when you need them the most. Now, my first story idea, and I don't know why people don't think about this enough, is using stories as a place to reintroduce yourself. Now, think about it. Maybe someone followed you on a Monday, right? And we have no idea how they found you on Instagram. Was it a hashtag? Was it a referral? Was it on the Explore page? Did someone send them a DM saying follow your account? You have no idea. And what happens is people introduce themselves on stories, not enough. They almost assume like, hey, my followers just know who I am. But by taking weekly, set times or even monthly set times to just do an introduction and updating your about me on your highlights, it's a great way to reintroduce yourself to people that are following you and that may have just started following you. Again, I know we always assume that everyone just like reads our bio and reads our caption, but a lot of times followers will just click follow and they want to be introduced to you. Now, you can go about this a few different ways. You can have some graphics that you set up ahead of time that you just like reshare. Maybe there's some fun facts about you, 5 things people didn't know, or something of that nature. Or you can just straight up talk to the camera and say something like, hey, I saw a few new guys are following me this week. Super cool. Just wanted to let you know what you could expect on my Instagram. I love covering food, health, or whatever it is that you want to cover. Literally just talking to the camera and introducing yourself. And just so you know, when you're introducing yourself, it doesn't always have to be so strict either. Sometimes you want to be very professional and like just introduce yourself. And sometimes maybe you'll make it a little bit more fun, like 5 things you may not have known about me. In today's, stories, I'm going to be posting 5 things that you may have never thought. So it's like you're introducing yourself without introducing yourself. I suggest you do both tactics. I suggest sometimes you just straight up say who you are, let people know what to expect and a little bit about yourself, but then you can also do it in fun ways as well. Now, my second idea for helping you come up with Instagram stories is let Instagram prompt things for you. Instagram is always coming up with new updates and new features, so why not use them? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and give you an example of what I mean. So here's my screen. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go into create and click this little symbol so we can see all the things Instagram is offering us. There are polls, questions, challenges, DM me, all these different quizzes features. You can go in and do whatever it is and get people engaging with you just for fun. Let's go ahead and look at this challenge. They show you different challenges. So you can look at the bottom and use those challenges, or you can create your own. We also want to go ahead and look at different things like DM me. You are straight up telling people have a question on something. And when you hit this little button at the bottom, it'll show you let's chat. How's it going? Need to talk? Make me laugh. Send memes. You are basically giving your audience different ways of engaging with you. So I often say, go in here, let's see what Instagram's new features are because they're always changing, and use them. Guess my favorite. What time era? Who's my favorite teacher? If I were a candy bar, I'd be, and you go ahead and fill those in. These are just fun little ways that Instagram makes it easy for you to use stories. Now, speaking of fun games that you can do on Instagram stories, I'm going to also share my screen and show you Canva, which is, they have a great mobile app, so you can jump in there and create different types of stories. And the ones that I kind of think are fun are the this or that style of story. So let me share my screen so you can see what I mean. So here I am going into my Canva app. Once I'm in there, the search bar is going to go ahead and let me type different types of stories that I may want to see. So you can actually just go in here and do Instagram story. And when you click it, it's going to show you different templates and fun ways that you can do, maybe you want to just get creative and post. But one that I particularly like, there's these get to know me Instagram stories. So you can go ahead and go in here and use these templates to let people, exactly just that, get to know you. The other one I was telling you about was the this or that. These are graphics that you would create on Instagram stories that you can basically go in and change the topics to suit your audience or your needs. So for example, for this one, you can go ahead and, they have it very fashion, sneakers or heels, ripped jeans or trousers. You would go ahead, post this on stories and use the little marker function to actually circle your response. And your goal would be to have people use your template and circle their response and tag you so you can go in and see their responses as well. If people don't engage with you, that's totally fine. And if you don't want people to redo it, that's fine. If you want to just use it for fun, you can do that too. So using a this or that style of graphical post on stories can be something to fill in when you're thinking of an idea. Another idea for Instagram stories, the ones that I was showing you before were obviously like pre-created and pre-drafted. They're like templates, but you can also just share what you're doing. Now I know that may be like, well, what if I'm not doing anything exciting? What if I'm just at work or I don't know, doing something that isn't flashy or fun? It doesn't matter. People don't want that all the time. They don't want perfection all the time. They want to see you. And Instagram stories is a great way to do this. Now, if you like the this or that example, you're definitely going to want to learn more about our Insta Authentic product. We go over tons of different ways to engage with your audience on Instagram, grow your following by actually building a true following, not a fake one, and building true community. And we have over 400 prompts that will help you lead the conversation. And this or that is just one of those examples. So wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And if you're interested, I will link it below. Now, for my third tip, I wanted to talk to you guys about content that is real-time content, not pre-constructed. So the examples I gave before were these graphics where you would have to have, design them ahead of time. For this, just share what you're doing. Now, I know you may think, Nina, well, what if what I'm doing is boring or like not exciting? So what? It shouldn't always be perfect. We want to create content that is actually relatable, authentic, human. That's what people want to see. So if you are, I don't know, a business owner, maybe show behind the scenes or what type of product launches you're working on, or the boring stuff like sitting at my desk, coming up with concepts. People want to see that. If you're a content creator or influencer, the same thing. Maybe it's not these amazing shots. Maybe it's how you put the shot together or what you're doing on your downtime. Stories is about showing real life opportunities too. And I think the best are when they're mixed in. You show a little bit of reels, like life moments. You show a little bit of, some graphics that you created, and you have like a very robust story strategy. And of course, if you're looking to work on your strategy, I'll also link ways that you can work with me on that. But for this video, I just wanted to share with you guys that you can do whatever you want, but sharing what you're doing live is super easy and super fun. And I know it can be intimidating and weird, but you just got to get past it and get on it. The more you post, the more comfortable you'll feel speaking on the camera. And I cannot tell you how posting real-time things will make a true difference in your business because you are showing up for your audience, so they will show up for you. Another tip I love, an idea for Instagram stories, is to share your followers. Did someone say something really positive in your comments that deserves some attention? Maybe someone said something really great about you or your brand or what you've been up to, or just left a thoughtful DM, left a thoughtful comment. Go ahead and print screen that and use it in your stories. Now, of course, if it's a DM and it's private, I would block out the person's name because those are direct messages. But if it's on the comments, it's public. So you can go ahead and say, thank you so much for your comment. This made my day. I often do this with my YouTube comments. If you leave me positive YouTube comments, I'll tend to go on Instagram and share those there to also show my Instagram community, hey, I'm on YouTube. So sharing comments is, from what your audience is writing about, is a great way to also promote your other channels or promote what you're doing, but also give credibility to yourself. Now, if you don't know what to do for your Instagram story and you're like, oh, I still don't want it, I don't know what to do. What's another idea, Nina? Well, how about letting someone do an Instagram story takeover? That way you don't have to. You can find someone in your space, in your business, in your industry to post stories for you as a way to collaborate. Now, if you're still looking for ideas and you're like, you know, I don't want to post today. What should I post on stories? What else can I do? How about having someone else post for you and do an Instagram story takeover? This is a great opportunity to collaborate, whether it's with brands or with other creators or other people on Instagram, and say, hey, do you want to do some stories for me? And we can do a swap or have them on your page. People will want to do it because it's going to give them a new audience, and it also takes the burden off you to have to show up for stories. And it's an amazing networking opportunity. If you've worked with me in group coaching or one-on-one, you know I'm all about networking. So getting people to do an Instagram story live for you, not live, story, is a great way to keep the conversation, to network, and then to have them post stories on your behalf. My last tip for this video, and definitely not the last tip in general, like I said, our Insta Authentic program has everything about engaging with your audience. But the last tip for this video is share resources. Maybe you saw a really good news article. Maybe you saw really good resources on someone else's page that relate to your brand, or something smart, or a tip, or a fact. You don't have to always create the content. You can reshare other people's. People do this on Pinterest all the time. So do it on stories, like reshare something interesting that you saw. You just click the little arrow button and you reshare someone else's content. And if you're looking to do this, you just have to go on your Instagram, browse and see content that you like, and just share it on your stories. Now, you can only do this with public accounts. You can't do it if it's a private account. So you can share public accounts on your stories, but not private. So anyways, hopefully you guys liked this video. It gave you some ideas what to post on stories when you're stuck. Like I said, there are tons of ways that you guys can work with me. I do group coaching, which I love and I am obsessed with, by the way, all my group coaching students. Shout out to you guys. I have individual one-on-one coachings, and I will leave those links below. If you liked this video, give me a comment, like, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in the next video.